welcome to Star Trek Jeopardy. My name is Rob, and I'm one of the hosts of the Keeping Up with the Cardassians podcast, and I'll be here with you for episode 6 of Star Trek Jeopardy. I am bringing you 31 new questions of that subject we all love, which is Star Trek. You've all seen Jeopardy. This is our own little spin on it. What we'll do is we'll go through the easy round, which is the 200s, and kind of snake our way around the board until we get to Final Jeopardy. Now, this is where I ask you to like, subscribe, and comment. And to date, 8,000 of you have watched Star Trek Jeopardy 5, which is, for our little humble YouTube page, is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching, and if you dropped some comments, which a lot of you did, thank you for that as well. Now, let's go to the board. By the numbers. Bad guys. So we put a poll up on our Instagram, just like we did last episode, with 3 choices. And you guys chose for the next category, Torres. Thanksgiving. Starship Class. And described badly. We've actually been debating for a while, how do we work in episode titles to this Star Trek Jeopardy? And we figured we'd do describe an episode badly. By the numbers for 200. The amount of lights there actually was. The answer is 4. Bad guys for 200. I've done worse than kill you. I've hurt you, and I wish to go on hurting you. Gosh, he didn't really like Kirk. Of course, that's Khan. It's the 200 round. Torres, 200. B'Elanna was a member of this renegade group of Federation planets that were actually ceded to the Cardassian Union. Maquis. So, Thanksgiving. I was in the process of filming the last episode, and I realized it was going to come out on Halloween. And, well, I dropped the ball because I didn't do a Halloween category. So with this one, with it being November in the United States, being Thanksgiving or holiday, I decided to put a category in called Thanksgiving. And this is a category all about things that have happened in Star Trek that most of us are pretty thankful for. She was introduced during the 4th season premiere, giving the show a much needed boost. Who is 7 and 9? Yeah, I said who is. One of the most consistent comments we get is we don't do the answer in the form of a question. I said it's Jeopardy-like, not exactly like Jeopardy. Please forgive me. And now, Starship Class for 200. I'm going to show you a picture of a starship. You tell me what class that starship belongs to. She's a beautiful, beautiful ship, and that's a Constitution class. This is our first question for episodes described badly. Beverly bangs a ghost. Sub Rosa.
Like before I met you.
And it will only get better.
I wrote this question so many times, and the first few times it was much more inappropriate. Now we're going to get a little harder, heading over to the 400 round. The year Star Trek Enterprise premiered. 2001. Bad guys for 400. The number of ships lost at Wolf 359. $39. We're going to go over to B'Elanna for 400, but who is your favorite Voyager character? And pay attention to our Instagram page for another poll for your choice for a category on next month's Star Trek Jeopardy. B'Elanna's father was this species. Human. Let's get thankful for 400. This ship decloaked for the first time during DS9's third season premiere. The USS Defiant. Starship Class for 400. And that is a Nebula-class starship. Episodes described badly for 400. One long game of hopscotch. Move Along Home from Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
If you can see Alma-Rain, you'll come with me. Come on, just say the rhyme.
Alma-Rain, then three more. Alma-Rain, if you can see Alma-Rain, you'll come with me. Alma-Rain,
Alma-Rain, count to four. Alma-Rain, then three more. Alma-Rain, then three more. Alma-Rain.
Let's get into the numbers for 600. The total number of episodes of Star Trek Voyager. 172. The bad guys, 600. After the Enterprise crossed the galactic barrier, he gained powerful psychic abilities. Gary Mitchell from the original series. I really got to give the original series some more love on these, and I will. And this is a good time to say, if you have any category suggestions, drop those in the comments below. B'Elanna Torres, 600. The name of B'Elanna's daughter. And the answer is Mural. Thanksgiving, 600. He became the showrunner for TNG's third season, drastically improving the quality of the show. Michael Piller. He also helped develop DS9. I don't think Voyager though, but DS9 definitely. Let's take a look at another Starship Class. And that is an Oberth class. Let's go ahead and close out the 600 round with episodes described badly for 600. Furries scare off Klingons. When I wrote this, I was thinking Trouble with Tribbles from TOS, but then I realized there's the whole Troubles and Tribulation from DS9, so either one's fine. Good job.
This is my chicken sandwich and coffee. I want these things off the ship. I don't care if it takes every man we've got. I want them off the ship.
Before we get to the 800 round, we want to know how you're doing. Are you deducting the points when you get an answer wrong? Are you cheating? The good news is nobody knows you're cheating, so cheat away. Go ahead. But drop your point totals in the comments below. Let us know how you're doing. We want to see how everybody's doing, and basically it tells us how we're doing in the long run. Now, the 800 round. Jake and Nog traded 5,000 rapages of Yamek sauce for this many self-sealing stem bolts. 100 gross worth.
Red alert! All hands to battle stations!
What's a red alert, you ask? Glad you asked. Did you ask? We wanted to celebrate our 175th clue, so now we're doing what's most would compare to a daily double. So, you know the category. Now, take a moment to put a wager in. How many of the points have you earned? Are you going to wager for this question? All right, and now the question. He was a fugitive from the Mirror Universe who managed to impersonate his Prime Universe Captain counterpart. Who is Captain Gabriel Lorca from Star Trek Discovery? Admittedly, I don't do a lot of new Trek, specifically Discovery, and I know a lot of you guys have commented that don't bother, but I'm going to do it. So if you can help me with some Discovery questions or categories, that'd be great. B'Elanna Torres for 800. B'Elanna's favorite food as a child. Banana pancakes with maple syrup. I'm trying to think what my favorite breakfast food is. I know I love toast. Thanksgiving for 800. He may have saved the franchise when he became executive producer for Star Trek II. Harve Bennett. Before Star Trek VI, he actually had an idea to kind of reboot the franchise with a Star Trek Academy show. I'm glad he didn't, because if you've watched these or our podcast, you know how I feel about Star Trek VI. Starship Class 800. We're looking at a crossfield class there. Episodes described badly. Spock gets super horny, then he and Kirk fight with their sticks. Amok Time. This is the 1,000-point round, so before you answer a question, make sure you give it a lot of thought, because this is where it gets harder. Now let's go over to by the numbers for 1,000. The prefix code for the USS Reliant. Answer is 16309.
Here it comes. Now, Mr. Spock.
Sir, our shields are dropping.
Raise them!
I can't!
Where's the override? The override! Fire.
With all the movies and all the TV shows, there are so many good bad guys we could have chose from to write this category. But we can only work with 5. But I like this category, so I'm not going to be surprised if it comes back in the relatively near future. But let's go look for 1,000. He was the Cardassian officer placed in charge of the interrogation of Jean-Luc Picard. Gul Madrid. 2 chain of command questions in the same Jeopardy. B'Elanna Torres for 1,000. She earned the chief engineer role over this Starfleet officer. Joe Carey. If you're here in the U.S. and you celebrate, happy Thanksgiving. If you're not here in the U.S. and you don't celebrate, hope you have a good weekend. But let's find out what we're thankful for from Star Trek for 1,000. If you include the animated series, this is the 11th Star Trek series to premiere. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I know, it's new Trek, and new Trek is bad. But I've really enjoyed Strange New Worlds. My podcast partners have really enjoyed Strange New Worlds, and for the most part, it's been really good. So I am thankful for it myself, because some of the other stuff that came before it was not as good. Starship Class 4000. And we are looking at a Bellerophon class. Let's close out the board with episodes described badly for 1,000. Man with dementia yells at longtime friends. All good things from Star Trek The Next Generation.
Beverly, I cannot believe that you are not willing to stay here
Don't
until
you
we...
ever question my orders on the bridge of my ship again.
Damn it, I was just trying to... Look, there are larger concerns here. What you don't understand...
Maybe biased, but not just Star Trek. I think All Good Things is one of the best series finales of all time. Here we are at Final Jeopardy, and this is where I'm going to take the opportunity to say thank you for watching, and if you could like, subscribe, and comment below, that really helps us out. Again, you guys have been awesome. The comments flowing in, the views, the participation, it's just been great, guys. So thank you very much. And now, let's see what the category is for Final Jeopardy. Death Trek. So think people have died in Star Trek. And remember, this is Final Jeopardy, so it's not going to be easy. Go ahead and write down your wager. And let's see that Final Jeopardy clue. Due to replace Spock, this science officer instead suffered a gruesome fate in a transporter accident on the way to deal with V'ger. Sonak. So how many points did you get? Please drop those in the comments below. Let us know how you did. Let us know how you did versus everybody else. Seems like sometimes in the comments we get a little competition down there. So let's see how you did. Thank you for watching. There's a lot of ways you can choose to spend your time. So we're very happy you decided to spend it with us going over some questions. Do me a favor. Tell a friend about this. Share the video. Challenge them to a contest and drop the comments in below. Also, I want to take a second to thank some people that have been with the podcast for a while, our Patreons. Thank you very much for all your support. And anybody else who's watched us in the past and currently, thank you as well. Now, I know a lot of you guys want the Jeopardy style where it's question answers. This will evolve. This will get better. We're a small podcast, small page, and we'll get better at that. And if you ever want to give the podcast a chance, we're keeping up with the Cardassians. It's a pop culture show in the first 30 minutes or so. And then we're reviewing Star Trek The Next Generation right now. So you can go back and catch up as well. Again, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next month. Be well.